taxes. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Me, been working on my taxes all day. So, pretty rough. My brain's about mush, and I'm not done. So, been working on it for like a week. It's crazy. Anybody who knows anything about taxes knows what I'm talking about. All right, so what do we have going on here? Let me move stuff around within my reach. All right, so who is numero uno? Joe Walco, number one this evening. Thank you very much, Joe, for joining in. I appreciate it. We are, man, old Joe was on at 440. No one's going to catch you, Joe. Not at 440. So, want to thank everybody for joining this evening. Okay, I'm just kind of looking to see how many people we have. So far, we have 15 people joining us right out of the chute. So, thank you so much. I saw Gary and Jane and Pat. My regulars, Gary, Jane, and Pat, always regulars, appreciate it. Becky as well, thank you, Becky, for joining in. So we're actually in, as you can see, there's like nothing behind me tonight. Probably should have sat over here. Why don't I over where you can see all that?
I saved that for the other shot.
Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Becky, thank you for reminding me. I missed you guys too. Although it was for a very good reason. So, I don't think, did you get that off my camera?
You only gave me photos of a couple that I have on photos for you, but if you give me your phone, I'll put them on.
So, let's see here. First of all right, I'm going to step over here to the camera so y'all can see this stuff, okay? So I don't know if you can tell who this guy is. And I'm going to give you a little treat. Oh, there you go. That might be a little bit better. No. This camera kind of sucks. So let's give you a little bit of this. Love those guys. So, that was a rare Monday night. Who goes to a concert on Monday night, right? But this is a Danish band. They're from Denmark. And they're awesome. There we go. And so the name of that band's called Volbeat, Volbeat. Probably not somebody who is on close to the 70-year-old spectrum would, you would think would be going to a band like that. But I've been listening to a lot of European groups. So, and the other headliner was called Hailstorm. So Jace, if you didn't recognize who that was on there, I dragged Jace to that concert with me. And he and his band, Jay Paris, actually used to play with Hailstorm. So I almost wore I bought a couple t-shirts. I always buy t-shirts or a hat whenever I go to a concert. So I really thought hard about wearing t-shirts of bands, that all the different bands that I have gone and seen, and I might start doing that. So just so you guys can, so Becky, you got that right, Jace, yes. And so now Jace, just so you know, had a band, oh gosh, maybe 20, 30 years ago. And then, I mean, he still has the same band, although they were touring all over the country. And they're more of a, what you doing there?
Just zooming in on you a bit.
You're gonna break the camera. So they're more of a, I call them a punk band, a punk rock band. So if anybody knows like Green Day or Soul Asylum, huh?
Blink 182.
Yeah, all those. So that's kind of where he's from, and or his genre of music. And so I dragged him to this heavy metal concert, and like I said, lo and behold, he had opened for the one of the bands that played that night. So he's like, Ira, you cannot be dragging me to these concerts anymore. He goes, because I start getting the itch to get out there and tour and get up on that stage and have all that. So hold on a second. Hello?
Hey, I'm just at the front door. It's locked now.
It's locked?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Be right there.
All right.
So, anyways, I'm like, ooh, I didn't know that. He loves doing what he does here anyways. So, anyways, enough about that guy. Tim, thank you for joining us this evening. So just wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you very much. And so, yeah, you guys hit it when you were talking about, Becky's saying, I can't wait to see Jace in person. Well, get on down here and you will be able to see Jace in person because we have a great time. And usually when he's over at World of Beer, but over at Cody's as well on at Brownwood. So there you go. And he plays Boosters, and he plays a bunch of other places, Blondie. So Tim is saying Monday must be concert night last week. He saw the Doobie Brothers. Oh, wow. I would love to see the Doobie Brothers. So, Becky, you were asking to see, can't wait to see Jace in person. So I'm going to do the next best thing. Where you want him? Coming over here?
No, I had you across from.
Oh, we got to be sitting together.
I was gonna have you guys across from each other.
Well, that's pretty crazy. Okay,
I
anyways.
can see you here. I can see everybody now. What's up, man? How you doing?
How's it going? I was just talking about, you can just put that anywhere you want on your shirt.
This is like in the 80s. This is like a pager, like a beeper.
Yeah.
What you get yourself into here.
You can put it on your, there you go.
There we go.
You got it. So there he is, the man, the myth, the legend,
Howdy.
right? So I was just telling everybody about the concert we were.
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week.
What a great venue that was. It was really, really cool. It was Tampa. What was it? What was it called? Tampa. I keep
He
asking you.
loves that. It was the amphitheater.
Yeah, the Tampa Amphitheater. I
So-
loved it because it wasn't people all over me. You know what I mean? It was like there was
Just
space.
spread
There was,
out, yeah.
You could get something to drink there. It was nice. It was cool.
Yeah,
Cool
yeah.
spot.
So, Christian,
Yes.
I don't think a lot of thought was put into this little arrangement you got here. Because I got to talk to him over here.
Oh well, we'll just bang.
And there's no camera over that way.
That's why I had it over here.
Oh,
Yeah, because you guys were gonna be on either side of the table.
see, it's my fault. It ain't Christian's. He knew what he was doing.
No,
I just, you know,
he wants to play Joe Rogan is what he
he wants to play
do.
Joe Rogan.
He wants to like
There
it's
we
Joe
go.
Rogan.
See, he knew what he was doing all along, man. I just didn't know what I was.
No, I'm the one that messed it all up. I said, come on around here. So, anyways, he drove, had a great time,
Yeah.
and man,
It was good. It was good. We got to see Hailstorm, some old friends of mine, and we got to see Volbeat, which very good band.
Yeah.
Good time.
I
Really good
love
time.
those guys.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was well attended too. There was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people there, but I didn't feel like I was like smothered. You know what I mean? So it was.
Well, and I strategically got the best seats.
He did.
All the way at the end.
All the way at the end. So I'm all the way at the end. So the only one that I got to deal with is this security guy who I don't know if he thought I was. I don't know. He kept like pushing me, in
Yeah.
the thing. But other than that, there wasn't like 50
Nah,
people all around.
I went over there, started talking to him, asking him questions. He became my friend.
Yeah.
So it was like
At the end of the night, he had the security guys actually holding we were where we were supposed to. We're not supposed to be in some little landing area, and Ira's talking to all the guys out there, and he's actually got the security guards instead of kicking us out of there to come up and start taking our pictures, whatever. So I thought that was.
Yeah, he's like, go on over there, go on over there.
Yeah,
We're like,
that was good.
I didn't think we were supposed to be over there.
I thought as usual we're getting kicked out of some spot or something, but he
But that was those pictures, so I showed him
oh.
a couple of the pictures that,
Oh, gotcha.
that
Cool.
he took. So I was wondering, so you can see like Tim and Becky. Well,
Hey, what's up, Tim?
So I said, hey, does anybody know who this is? And Becky, like, Jace?
Oh, hey, Becky.
So, and then Gary says, that's who I was thinking.
Gary. Yeah, what's up, my man?
He's the man. So I wanted to have Jace here for a couple of different reasons, especially about last week, why I wasn't here last week.
You're just gonna blame me, so everybody's mad at you for not being here. You're just gonna blame me for this?
It's all your fault. They can be mad at you, not
No,
me.
no.
Can you move your mic a little bit? It just sounds like it's hitting something.
It's hitting?
It might be mine. You know, I always got too much jewelry on. You know, it's just.
Yeah, like a little staticky, so I don't know if it's your shirt or anything.
You might have static cling or something, man. You gotta get the bounce sheets.
I just can't please this guy. He's like, he's hardcore.
Yeah.
So, Tim said he went to go see the Doobie Brothers last Monday.
Oh, Doobie
Wasn't
Brothers.
that cool?
Wow, I don't know they were still touring.
I know.
But you know what though? If the Turtles can still be on tour for anybody can still be on tour. You know,
Anybody.
I always feel like, man, I'm too old for this rock and roll stuff, man. I gotta, and then the Turtles are on tour, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll be doing this.
They
forever.
got to be in their 80s.
Yeah, and it's a whole. It's actually called Happy Together Tour, right? It's the Happy Together tour, their hit, right? And it's like 20 or 25 bands that are all like in that age bracket, you know, like in their 80s and everything. I haven't heard of most of them and everything, but I'm just super impressed that they're out there
Not
putting
playing
everything together.
Not playing together.
No, it's like a little mini festival show.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like going to see Ozfest, right?
Wow.
But at the Turtle Fest, right?
The Turtle Fest. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, you know, the thing about it, I'd be looking around and saying, man, these people are old around here, and I wouldn't even want to think that, even though I am around that age, so.
Well, they're you know,
It is what it
they're
is.
drinking that Celsius stuff you're drinking, you know, that keeps them young.
Yeah, I hope my son's not watching, because he really gets down on me when I drink this.
Well, what is it? Like, I know it's called
an
Celsius,
energy
but...
drink.
Oh, it's an energy drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get on you for that.
Essential energy, see down there?
Accelerates metabolism, burns body fat. Now, I could use some of that. You know?
So there you go. It's bad for older people. Affects their heart. Anyways, I had a bunch of
It's
heart.
bad for older
tests.
people. It's bad for everybody. You can't be like prejudiced, you know.
Yeah, really. Yeah, you just have a little bit longer before
Right.
before it really affects you. But I had some bunch of tests done to my heart
Did you?
last month. So came out pretty good, actually.
Good.
Yeah, I only had one artery that had
Period?
any kind of blockage. Huh?
Period? I mean,
Well, yeah, just I only have one artery. I don't know where the rest went. You know how you have a triple bypass, a quadruple bypass, but yeah, only one of them is blocked. She said 25%.
oh, okay.
So I was happy about that.
Celsius could kick it right out of there, man. Just clean it right out.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, it's one of those drain cleaners.
Red Bull powered thing,
Right.
you know, yeah.
So listen, I brought you in here for another selfish reason.
Okay.
So I get a lot of people that tell me that they're told, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but they're told by the village's reps, you need to be down here in this new area because this is where all the younger people are. And this is where all the newer people are. And you're not going to be able to break into any of those older neighborhoods, and you're not going to be able to meet friends.
Break into the old neighborhoods?
Yeah, the cliques.
Oh, they're like the little friend groups and things like that?
Right.
Oh.
So it's like, well, your home is a 2009?
Yeah, it's I don't want to say it's not like Spanish Springs area, but it's definitely the more traditional, older. I would call it an older area, more established area. It's right in between the sixes, right?
Yeah.
Like my wife says, she said it's between the six, it's between the box and between the box and between the box, you know, like right in the middle. Yeah.
Not right down into their yard.
Yeah. Now, well, you know, I don't mean to interrupt, but that particular statement is far from true. I mean, about the friend groups or cliques or whatever. I find myself trying to make time to do the kind of things that all the neighbors want me to come out and do. You know, it's I've met most of my neighbors, and I mean, are they, you know, a little bit older than Karen and I are? Yeah, but no, there's no. I mean, we go over their house, we go hang out. They you know, when I'm back in Maryland, they'll text me or call me if anything's going on in my house, and we've made just some fantastic friends. You know, so I don't know about any friend groups or cliques. You know, maybe I'm not cool enough to know those people. I'm not really sure, but you know.
See, that's the thing is I haven't really found that to be the case at all.
No.
But
No.
I needed somebody else besides myself telling everybody that's not, if you ever hear, you need to be moving down to the new area because of those reasons.
No, we have every opportunity to move down to the new area, but we purposely chose the area we're in for a couple reasons. I mean, to me, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say we're leaving Maryland to get away from, kind of younger people and everything like that. But we're kind of looking for a more calm, environment, look who's talking, right? But, and it's more established as far as aesthetic. There's beautiful trees. There's full-grown palms in everybody's yard.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. What I can tell, I mean, it's people are really meticulous about their yards, which some people don't like. I mean, some people, they don't want to get picked on if they don't cut their grass and everything. But I'm the kind of guy, I like the HOA rules. I like it to look a certain way, and that's why we moved here. So to me, the more legacy traditional part of the villages is a little bit more attractive for us.
More established is I mean, so in a few weeks, I'm hoping to have another week or two. I'm hoping to have another guy who moved in to a home way up north, not as far as the Marion County area, but he lives in a 1998 home. And
In Spanish Springs, or?
yeah, just real close to Spanish Springs. And man, he's like the mayor of that neighborhood now. I mean, everybody just kind of gravitated to him, and he's like, yeah, when I got here, he goes, this neighbor didn't know this neighbor and never met that neighbor. He goes, when I came here, I started talking about everybody, and I'm like, hey, yeah, come on, let's meet this person, meet that person. And so he's like, and I said to him as well, I said, everybody's being told by the village's agents, and they tell you that because they want you to buy a new home down there, obviously, but that should be somebody, they shouldn't scare people into thinking, no, I can't go anywhere in the villages other than down south if you're in your 50s or even early 60s or whatever, because that's just not the case.
Well, I mean, I can't completely speak to that because I've never spoken to like a village's realtor or anything or an agent or anything. But very similar, a lot of people told me that I wouldn't enjoy playing the Spanish Springs area. Like it's not my kind of music. I'm a little more 90s grunge rock and glam and from the 80s and everything. And the people up there just aren't going to get me. I need to stay down south and play. And to some extent, there's some truth to that because when I go down and play like at Boosters, I have a much bigger draw and things like that. But I absolutely adore my venues that I play in Spanish Springs. I play Blondies, I play Americanos, some places up there, and man, they like rock and roll music just like anybody else does, So I think that's also a myth that I came here with, and I told my wife, I was like, I don't want to really play in Spanish Springs. I don't want to go there. I just heard enough about that kind of.
Have you been down there lately?
Spanish Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah. The construction is still kind of going on. Yeah. And so
They've got all these barriers.
The walls. I play behind one of those walls in one of the venues I play, and
I went there yesterday. I went through there. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? They're taking that Lorena building, totally redoing that Lorena building and putting all these little shops in there, and man, that place is going to be nice.
They're putting several $1 million just into like that little bit of infrastructure around there. Everything that was just sidewalks and everything. Now there's going to have like concrete benches built in. They're going to have bigger, broader landscaping, some water features all around the square and everything. So I hear those rumors too, like they're going to do away with Spanish Springs and they're banning it. No, they're not. They're putting several $1 million into it. Right? It's annoying right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing behind these barriers you're talking about. But that's to me is a really positive sign.
Yeah. Oh no! They totally redid the entrance.
Yeah.
And then the golf cart bridge that goes over 441.
I'm glad they redid that. They needed to.
They lit that up. So at night, it's kind of like the bridge that goes over the turnpike where it says the Villages.
Yeah.
It's all backlit. And that golf cart bridge is all backlit,
right.
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're spending some money over there. That's good.
And there's good people up there, man. There really is. I mean, I love my people down south. Don't get me wrong, but there's good people up north, man. You don't have to be of any sort of age group, and they're not, they're very welcoming. And,
Well, the thing is, there's a whole turnover going on too.
yeah, unfortunately.
Because it used to be like, that place now is started in the 70s.
Yeah.
And what we call the historic district, the mobile home community.
Right.
And yeah, there's a big turnover going on now because people have just aged out,
Sure.
right? So you have to kind of take that into consideration too.
Yeah.
So, but that's cool, man. So you like blondies? I don't even know blondies because I know that wall or barrier or whatever.
Sort of
you wanna call
blocking
it.
the left-hand side of Blondie's right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it's a great spot though. I didn't know what to think when I first got here about some of the the venues that they were sending me to play, and but man, every one of them like has a piece of my heart now. Playing Blondie's, and it's just like these little, like, I say little, but they're actually pretty big, like koi ponds that are all around it. They
Yeah.
almost make you feel waterfront when you're playing. It's
Yeah.
really cool,
Yeah.
And of course, Americanos is just awesome up there too. So, but I haven't found a whole lot of the villages that I dislike. Any of the squares, I really don't have any favoritism. I love them all. Maybe Brown was my favorite. I don't know, but it's really not that way. Wherever you find a house, wherever you feel at home at,
That's what I keep trying to tell people is like, find the home that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then go from there. Don't worry about, the neighbors or anything like that. Just find the home, because there's a lot of homes now that are being renovated in the older areas, and they're looking beautiful.
Which is kind of the fun of it too. I mean, it's like haven't sold my house up north yet, but when we do, part of the fun is taking that house that we bought, that you sold us, and turning it into something.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't change anything about, I think, where we chose to move. So
Yeah, I just know that you made some good friends over there, and even lost a good friend over
did.
there,
I did.
and that's sad that.
yeah, you guys probably saw an episode where Ira was out there pushing the lawnmower and huffing it, and he said I gave him a lawnmower and everything.
Yeah.
And that was this just wonderful guy who lives across the street from me. But his name is Gene Burns, and he had given me some things, knowing that he was not going to be able to use them anymore. And he was such a wonderful guy, and he was mid-70s, mid-late 70s, wasn't a real old guy. He was just, we talked every day, and one day he was just, I got the call and he was gone. And I lament the fact that that's probably going to happen at a rate that I'm not used to when you talk about a younger person moving here. We're not probably used to the turnover, but it's part of life, but.
Well, I think they do say that the villages extends your life.
I think it does. Yeah, I think it does.
You're over here being very active, and expect so as far as mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the big attractions to.
Well, dude, here's my lunch break. All right, I get on my bike. Right, I ride 2 miles to what is it called? Seafoam or whatever. I go to
Seabreeze
Rec Center. I go to the gym. I work out for half an hour, 45 minutes. I walk over to the Seabreeze pool. I do 5 laps in that really long pool. I get back on my bike. I ride back, and that's my lunch break.
Man.
I don't do that kind of stuff back home in Maryland.
That's
I'm lucky
great.
to get to the gym or whatever. So yeah, this is to me, if you take advantage of it, a much healthier place to be, and I think you will extend your life.
Absolutely.
Unless you wreck your bike on the way to Seafoam or whatever it is, and then
That's not good. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have done that too.
Yeah, well, God takes you when He's going to take you. All you can do is try, right?
That's it. When it's your time to go, it's your time
That's
to go.
it, man.
So you just
That's
have to
it.
make the best of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do, especially with concerts. I
Yeah.
was telling Jace, I said, he's up on stage. I said the best thing that I can do is get as close to a stage as I can.
I've seen you on a couple stages, Ira. I've seen you.
Yeah, with a pole.
There's video. No, there's video of you on some stages with some guitars. That's all I'm
with
saying.
you. Exactly. That's right. That's right. I kind of forget about that.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of fun. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah,
you
these
know?
guys don't forget about that though. You know, they're always going to remind you of it.
Well,
so.
they're going to want to. So that this whole thing is, we're trying to get people down here to come and join us. So let's see, who was Becky? Let's see, Becky was. I can't wait to see Jason in person.
Yeah, come on down.
We
playing a lot, man.
love getting together and seeing this guy play. So
We have such a good time, man.
you never know. You might see me and Skip and Jerry and Linda
Jerry,
and,
they're there a lot. Yeah.
and you never know who you.
Yeah, it's
you'll
absolutely
see there
true.
with us hanging out.
And if I see it, one of you guys, I'm gonna drag you on stage and.
Great. I got my harmonica I'm working on now too. So.
Man, you should do that. I play Cody's in Brownwood a lot, and one of the waitresses there is a girl. She plays a harmonica, and then she asked me if she could come on stage and play Piano
really?
Man with me. So she comes in, now every time I play that song, she runs up on stage with the harmonica and plays it. It's just a party, man. It's just it's such a good time.
Blues Traveler.
Blues Traveler, of course.
You
Yeah.
play that song from Blues Traveler.
Yeah. Now that dude
So
can play
I'm
the
like-
harmonica, can he? Holy
Oh yeah.
moly
Yeah,
cow.
yeah. I can. Only
I wonder if he still
wish.
can now that he lost all that weight. I guess he could probably still do it.
Did he?
He lost like 3 of him.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a skinny guy now.
Oh
I didn't
my
even
gosh.
recognize him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, that probably took away all his harmonica.
I know, that's what I was wondering.
the air
Like
that-
Louis Armstrong trying to play the trumpet.
All right, let's see if we have any questions. Anybody have any questions for Jace they would like to talk about?
I think Gary said he went to see Chicago.
Oh, Tim says, how long has Jason and his wife lived in the Villages?
We've lived here on and off for a year. When I say on and off, right now we're going back and forth because we still have a daughter in school who's going to graduate this year and go to college, and then we'll be full time. But we bought the house April of 24 from you, I think, right? I feel like we've been friends for a while. It's been like a
know,
year,
it seems
hasn't it,
like
right?
seems a little longer actually, but because we've been
Yeah.
having so much fun.
I think it's in
No,
April 2024. I think that's when we bought it. Yeah.
So, Tim loves your shirt, Robert Smith.
Oh yes. Me and John Karabi from Motley Crue redid "Fascination Street" by The Cure, and it's out on Spotify and all that kind of stuff. You should check that out. It's one of the things I'm more proud of. We have like 4 or 5 albums out there, but if I've always anytime I see a Cure fan, I try to encourage you to go check out my version of Fascination Street. It's under Jay Paris. It's a really, really cool version, I think.
Is it on your Facebook page?
It's actually a free download on my website, which is jacegallagher.com. And it's on all the Spotify, all the streaming services, all that kind of stuff. You can get it there. But
Cool.
It's the only cover we've ever put out, so. But I liked it a lot.
Man, he sent me a biography, and I watched that biography of your metamorphosis through the years, and he went to Hollywood and kind of. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
it's a cool
if
thing.
you ever get a chance, go to, is it your website or your Facebook page that?
I mean, if you go to my website, you can get to any of that. Facebook, YouTube. I have a terrible YouTube channel that I pay 0 attention to. I don't know how to work it. I just put videos and walk away.
That's like me. That's why I'm Christian.
Yeah, I don't have Christian though is a problem. I just have dumb me. But yeah, it's if you just Google Jay Paris, my band is Jay Paris, JPARIS, and whatever you want to see, videos and there's downloads and records and all that kind of stuff out there. So, but I don't do that anymore. I'm here in the Villages. I'm background music. You won't even hear me. I'm in back. I'm being quiet, right, Ira?
You're the man.
You don't even know I'm there when I'm playing.
No, we know you're there. He's getting a big following too.
Yeah,
I
it's
hardly
funny.
even get a table anymore.
Well, you gotta let me know you're coming, and I will kick him out. I'll make sure.
I got a little end there.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So, all right, let me kind of go through here. I saw Chicago. Gary said he saw Chicago back in April.
Got to come see Rocky and the Rollers then. They're very much like Chicago, right? They get the
Yeah.
horn section and everything.
Yeah.
They do some Chicago. Great band, really good band.
Trish Navarro giving us a shout out.
So, Trish.
Gary says Maryland's too expensive.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother. So I'm here.
Undecided on either buying or renting. That's Gary. He keeps flip flopping on me. How long? Okay, so we answered that. What's
Tough
village?
decision to make sometimes.
Jace lives in Duval.
No.
No, yeah.
Bonita.
Oh yeah, but that's right, Bonita.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ira, did you get a good deal? Did Ira get you a good
He
deal?
got me a great deal. That's why I bought that house.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the floor. It was for the deal we got.
And he got a video.
Yeah.
And I went through that video, and I made sure he knew every little thing
Yeah.
about that house. There were no surprises. And he bought the house. I don't even think you saw that.
No, it's completely sight unseen. My,
Yeah.
my wife sent me, the listing, and I called Ira, and he went out there and did the video, and then we bought it. Because you're the man.
Well, and he gave it much love too, because the yard needed some help.
Yeah,
and-
I was thanked at the pool yesterday by a bunch of ladies.
Oh,
They were like,
really?
"Yeah, you're the one that bought that. Thank you so much."
Yeah, it was looking rough.
It was rough, man. It was rough. We bought it. We moved in. Day one, I got a complaint. I'm like, dude, give me a minute. Let me break my lawnmower out. I think it was probably a complaint that was held out for the previous owner, but.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, we got a great deal, and we love the house. We got to do some things to it, like everybody does, but we love it.
I just put a link to Jason's website in the chat.
Oh, thank you, thank
you're
you.
the man.
Cool.
All right, yeah, I'll catch up to that link here in just a second. Here it is, right there. Check out Jason's.
He grew up outside of Baltimore, Gary says. God bless you, man. God bless you.
Well,
It's just gotten
That's where my grandma's from.
mine too. What part of Baltimore do you know?
That I don't know. She moved here when she was young.
Yeah, wise young lady.
that's where my cousin, she lives up there in Baltimore, but she doesn't live in a very good part. I don't even know if there is a good part of Baltimore,
Yeah.
but she doesn't.
I was becoming like a staple at Hard Rock Cafe in Baltimore. I was playing there just constantly, and as much as I loved it, I couldn't stand like loading out. I mean, it was just you're right in that downtown area, and sometimes you had to park when the band played there. We had to park like way off site, and so we get done playing at Hard Rock at like midnight or something, and walking through Baltimore with all our gear, to our cars. I was over it, man.
Yeah.
And it's just such a shame because it was a beautiful city, and Baltimore has its beautiful parts, but few and far between anymore.
They've got the big spotlight on the D.C. area now.
Yeah, I know.
So they're sweating that area.
I live 25 minutes outside of that, so I told Karen. I said I was talking to her today, and I said, yeah, God bless Trump. He's going to clean up D.C., but he's going to chase all the criminals to our house.
Oh,
Because we
God.
live like 25 miles. I mean, we live on
Oh.
the same. Route 4 is like it goes right into D.C. and right to the White House, so they're all coming right to my house.
Just keep chasing them.
Yeah.
Right on by.
Gosh, man, but DC's always been rough. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing.
Well, yeah, I guess it's just the most recent thing is just bring it to the spotlight,
Yeah,
and-
yeah. Just bring some awareness to it and try to change some of the politics there, I guess, if you could. But good luck.
All right, so let's see. Inner Harbor used to be a great.
Sure
Inner
was.
Harbor.
Inner Harbor's Baltimore, where Hard Rock Cafe is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, great spot. It still is. It's just you got to watch where you go.
The Guinness Brewery near the Lithicum.
Lithicum, yeah, sure. There was like a Lithicum Heights or something out there in that area too. We play all around Baltimore. I don't live close to Baltimore though. I live maybe an hour and a half. No, maybe an hour and 15 minutes outside of Baltimore. So I don't live there, but we play there enough where I'm just, you know.
burnt.
Yeah.
And that's to our advantage. So,
Ah, man, you guys have just been great to me since we moved down here. So the people here are just the best. They really are. I mean, I just couldn't ask for more welcoming.
so your whole, I guess your whole plan is, once your daughter graduates, and she's gonna hopefully end up at UF,
Yeah,
go Gators.
yeah. Took her
Sorry,
senior
Jamie.
pictures today. They were beautiful.
And so we actually have a UF soon-to-be grad staying at our house.
You do?
Sydney, yeah, she's my son Joey's girlfriend, and she works as an intern in Orlando. But she's in transition, so she's going back to UF for just another, July, August, September, October, November, December, next 4 months, and she's done
Wow.
with her degree in mechanical engineering. So,
Wow.
smart girl.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Beautiful and smart. So, yeah, so she's gonna stay at our house because it's not as far as Gainesville. She has her apartment in Gainesville already set up, but Gainesville is an hour from my house, and then it's another hour and 15, 20 minutes to work in Orlando, so she's kind of a little bit closer, almost
Yeah.
halfway closer. So, anyways, I have to play the fence there on FSU and UF, right, Jamie? Because I know they're watching. And she gets so mad at me. You're a flip-flopper. I knew it. You're still... Because I used to really root for the Gators all the time.
Sure.
And I was so mad when she couldn't get into
I
UF.
know.
They really screwed her around. So that...
It's not fair, Jamie.
No.
No, we've already decided it's just not fair.
So Lexi gets there. Cool.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to her being far away from me, so that's far enough.
Yeah, far
You know,
enough.
I don't want her to stay in Maryland.
Actually, it's far enough for her autonomy from her parents.
Yeah.
But it's close enough. You can jump an hour and a half away.
And I found an RV park right outside of the college. So yeah, we're gonna be.
That's great.
You never know when I'm gonna be at college. You never know.
You never know. Especially for maybe some of them big football games.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man.
Because
Well, she's in Palm, so hopefully she gets to continue that through. You know, she's also in theater. She's an excellent actress. So yeah, I'm looking forward to her being down here, and I think she is too. She's ready.
that's
She's
good.
ready. One more year. One more year.
Well, you
so.
know, maybe if we have a really bad winter up there,
Yeah, I know.
you guys will be. We're done.
I keep saying there's this beautiful school down here, wonderful high school, bright futures and everything,
Yeah.
you know, but I can't talk her into it. I've tried.
Well, all her friends, you know, you can't
Yeah.
rip her away from her programs, her friends, you know, you got all that stuff. Now, once college hits, it's fair game.
Yeah, so as you were saying, the plan is she's going to graduate from high school, hopefully get into that school, and then we're selling our house in Maryland, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to remodel the house we're in, and either, like that old TV show said, love it or list it. We'll see.
There you go.
We don't know yet.
Look at Tim. He's go blue. Must be a big Michigan fan. So, Gary, yeah, forget about the verandas, buddy. They are outside of your budget. We've already talked about that.
Veranda's the ones with a fence, right?
Yeah, with that wall in the back. They're designer homes with a wall.
Gotcha.
So they're kind of like a cross between a villa and a home.
Yeah, so if you have an outdoor cat, that's the way to go, right?
Or the dog, anyways. So when you leaving?
So I'll be here for the remainder of the month. I'll be here through the end of August, and then I'm headed back to Maryland. I got probably 8 or 10 dates, and the wife's birthday on 9/11 that I got to go to do, and my son's birthday is on 8/31, so we're gonna do that, and then I'll be back here, you know, just right after that. So yeah.
So she's a Virgo?
Who? Karen? And I should know that, shouldn't I? I don't think she's a Virgo, though. I've never heard her say that, but.
Well, my wife's birthday is September 1st. So they're only 10 days apart.
So maybe she's a Virgo. I don't know. We've never talked signs. Maybe I should have hit her on it that way, though. You know, when I first met her, what's your sign, girl? But I didn't.
Yeah, one of them pickup lines.
Yeah, I never was good at the pickup line thing.
Well, I think when you met her, if you were talking zodiacs, you would have been. She would have said, dude, you're too.
August 23rd is when it starts.
To when?
September 22nd.
There you go.
What is it?
August 23rd to September 22nd.
So she's a Virgo. I know she's a Virgo. I knew that.
Yeah, you
I'm just
know.
trying to make sure you knew your signs,
You
Ira.
knew that, yes.
I'm not a sign guy. I don't know what any of it means. I should.
You didn't
study.
tell Karen you were coming on to the show tonight, did you?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you know, she knows. I talk to Karen 4 times a day. She gets sick of hearing from me because I'm down here all lonely. You know, she's like, you know, I was like, you know, it's 9:30, honey. Have you called me yet? You know.
Where are you?
We've never been away from each other for this period of time, so, you know, I've just been like, you know, there's pictures of her way all over the house now. You know, every wall you see is a picture of her now. So.
Well,
But,
you're going to have to start renovating that house before you get here full time.
Well, we're gonna do it when we get here full time because we.
Really?
You know,
You're going to endure all that construction?
Well, we got the RV, so we're gonna live in the RV like
Oh.
hobos for a little while. Yeah. We're gonna be like hippies, you know.
Okay.
You know, maybe some incense or something. I don't know. What do they do? Yeah, I know. I do need to get those renovations done, though. We've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, but, you know, the kind of money I got to put into that place, I need to sell that house up north.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, it has been fantastic seeing the both of you today. All of you guys, really good to see you guys, too.
Jason, I
And,
appreciate you stopping in.
Man, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has. It's only about 15 minutes, but it's been a minute. First, good to see you, brother.
I'll take that mic from you.
Oh, man. It's my parting gift here. Because I don't have enough musical
Just don't
equipment
go to
and
the
microphones.
bathroom with that on, because I'm just saying.
Peace, man. See you.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, guys. Talk
Yep.
to you later.
All right, so that was pretty cool. We enjoyed that always. So yeah, it's been a little while since I've had Jace here on the show with us, and I don't know. Like I said, the main reason I wanted him on here because I don't want anybody that pigeonhole themselves into one area in the villages. So I'm going to look around a little bit more. I have one other person, like I mentioned, Klaus. I'm going to ask him to come on since he lives in, where does he live? I guess, it's in the Tierra del Sol area. So that's,
We do have someone next week, though, if you want to announce that as well.
oh yeah, we do. That's right, you guys. Listen, finally, I have been trying forever to try to get an insurance person to come on board here with us. Mortgage people, love them. Miriam, love her. She's come on and she has and Miriam's going to come on pretty soon too. I've talked to Miriam. She's our mortgage specialist. Kerry Collins, he's our other mortgage specialist. And so, but I haven't been able to get an insurance person really to come here and give us the straight scoop. And we really need a straight scoop as to flood insurance, wind damage riders. I'm gonna write all this down, and especially, I'm gonna ask her about wetlands too, about that area down south, because there's a lot of flood zone and wetlands down there. So any of you moving down there, be careful. Make sure you find out if you're in a flood zone or in a wetlands area, because you'll be paying more for insurance. So flood coverage, wetlands, wind damage riders. We want to talk to her about sinkholes. This is all next week, you guys. Sinkhole coverage, because catastrophic damage is built into any homeowner's insurance policy, but not, well, we're gonna let, what's her name?
Stacia.
Stacia.
Yeah.
Cool. Sinkholes, what else roofs, man. So how many of you heard about, well, your roof has to be, less than 15 years old or else. So we really need to hear the straight scoop from somebody like that. So this is going to be great. You're not going to want to miss next week.
Oh, Becky says redraw the flood maps. Ask them when they do that.
When the insurance company does, or I thought FEMA or the Army Corps of Engineers. The Army Corps of Engineers are the ones that are in control of the wetlands, and they're the ones that are in control. I think it's either that or it's the Department of Environmental Protection, the DEP, who are in charge of, and I'll let her kind of confirm that. So I have my notes. So hopefully, well, I know Becky, I know you'll be here next week, right? And so flood coverage, wetlands, wind damage, riders, that's important, I know, sinkholes, roofs. So, man, this is going to be a great Monday Night Live tomorrow, next Monday. So, excited about that.
The 18th? Just the date for next Monday.
August 18th, 1 week from today. What year was the area near Brownwood built? So, whenever somebody tells me they want to be between the sixes, right? That's from 466 to 466A. Oh, so I'll tell you. I always look up by year. 2004 is when they started building south of 466. Up to 2012 is when they went from in between those sixes. And then from 2012 to 2016 is when they were building in that Brownwood area. So if you want to be close to Brownwood, you're going to want to look for homes around 2015, 2016. 2017, that's when they started over in the Finney area. And Finney, as I think all of you, or most of you know, is on the south side of the turnpike. So that's what we call the new area down there, all right? So I had a guy on here, I was showing him homes the last couple of weeks, who was looking for a certain home in a certain price, under $400,000, and he was tacking on the price of the bond. And I'm like, can't do that. I mean, and he's like, oh yeah, that's part of the cost of the house. And I said, well, what if you're in that home for 5 years and you've added that cost of the bond in the price of the home, but yet now after 5 years you're moving, that all that money that you added, and if you don't pay it off, then the bond off, then you're really kind of skewing, the homes that you could be looking for. So I don't really think it is what it is in the villages. The bonds are the bonds, and but now the reason he didn't look south in the southern areas because bonds and homes, they were around. Well, they started around 20. I guess they started around 22,000 in 2017, and just like any loan that's amortized, you're going to pay mostly interest up front. So that bond of 23,000 in the Finney area is probably close to the same thing. Let's see. Mark, near Seabreeze Rec Center. Let me just see what I'm missing here. Mark Ryan, District 5 has approved the use of metal roofs. Would be interested in an insurance perspective on those. So I'll put metal. Here's the thing, guys. I've seen other metal roofs. Actually, it was probably a couple of months ago. I showed y'all a home in Bridgeport of Lake Myona, and it had a metal roof. And there's some homes in the village of Caroline with partial metal roofs. It's always been my understanding that if they let one person do it, they have to let everybody do it. So, but I guess maybe now it's official. So yeah, 2016, Tim. WrestleMania, my man, in the house. Yep, so Mark, we will ask about sinkhole coverage and really get the scoop. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her these questions up front so she can be prepared, okay? All right, let's see what else we have. I don't want to miss anybody. So Gary says that he is no longer thinking of going into on top of the world. So let's see. So Gary, no interest in on top of the world anymore? I don't think so now, Jane. And why is that, Gary? Look, we're an equal opportunity place here. So let me think here. District 5 would be, all right, so listen, let's do this for you.
I can just switch it for you.
We are going to go to, hold up here. Whoops. App files, well, I'm just going to go ahead. So I tell everybody, I love the fact that I teach you how to fish and not give you a fish, right? That's my motto. So let's do this. All right, push, no. Okay. All right, so, districts, residential districts. Here's District 5. So look, any time you really have a question, this is the place. Districtgov.org. I was in District 1 this morning looking at a villa, and they have deed restrictions. Check this out. All right, so there's Seabreeze Rec Center, just like Mark was talking about. This tells you the total acres, total home site. I believe there's a map, finance, and let me see here. Budget, deed compliance. Here you go. Look, declaration of restrictions. So, if you want to see what the deed restrictions are, yeah, there you go, Christian, that's better. Then District 5, and these are units, units 70, 71, 72, 73, so forth. If you want to see what a particular deed restriction is for this area, this is unit number 76 in District 5. Right here is where you can read, and also it'll probably tell you, so this talks about August 1st, 2003, and gives you definitions, but this will tell you, and I don't know if we go to the bottom if it'll give you any amendments or anything. But you can get a lot of information from District 5. And like I said, I thought they had a map on here, maybe not. Let's go back up here where it tells you how many. So it gives you all your villas in that District 5, gives you all the villas, gives you all the units, here's all your deed restrictions. You can report a deed violation, so if your neighbor isn't keeping his yard up like he's supposed to, you can go right there, it keeps you anonymous. And then, oh wait a minute. District 5 does not allow for anonymous complaints. Only residents of their district are allowed to submit a concern on properties within the complaint is required to provide their name, unit. Well, so I would say you'll have to ask, okay? I always heard that they're never going to let the person know who filed the complaint, because they just don't want that problem. So it's not a matter of filing anonymously, but they, from my understanding, do not give out your name if you were to file a complaint. But that's something you'll want to have to ask, okay? Let's see, Board of Supervisors. There's some scenes. Sunset Ridge. Oh, here it is, map. See? There's District 5. Isn't that cool? So this is all District 5 right here. So Buena Vista Boulevard. This is Bridgeport at Lake Myona I was telling you about. This is where that home with the metal roof actually resides. And then you have Belvedere, Bonnybrook, Winifred, and then down here you have Sunset Point, and I think it's only Sunset Point that you have there, looks like. No, it goes into Point Siena, actually. So there you go, there's your map. And Seabreeze Rec Center is actually right here, right on the corner. So looks to me like it's out of the district, but You know, you have Buena Vista Boulevard that goes, and then you have Bailey Trail, and then, like I said, Seabreeze Rec Center is right here. So there you go. That is your lesson for the day on how to get around districtgov.org. And there's a wealth of information in here. I mean, pretty much, like I said, you have your deed restrictions, and pretty much everything and anything that you really want to know about the villages is in here. And if you can't find it, contact them.
Is it the Board of Supervisors all residents, Becky asks?
Yeah, in the established areas they are, but not in the new areas. In the new areas, they, the developer puts people on the board of, like here, I'll tell you. So all these people, yeah, all these people live in that area. And they're elected. So all these people are elected from anybody who resides in District 5. These people are elected onto the board. Okay? Good question. What was the Seabreeze Rec Center? But that's where they have their meetings. Doesn't necessarily mean that is where that Seabreeze is in District 5. What else can we decipher out of all this before we leave here? I mean, I'm like a geek when it comes to the Villages Community Development District. I love getting in here and finding out. See, here you go. Ashland, Belvedere, Bonnybrook, Bridgeport at Lake Myona, Liberty Park, Lynn Haven, Point Siena, okay. Sunset Point and Winifred, so I pretty much named most of them. I forgot Liberty Park and I think Ashland I didn't put in there, but Lynn Haven as well. So, very popular area to buy a home in. It's very close to shopping, very close to Lake Sumter Landing, so that's why. All right, let's go to our market report for this evening. So, excuse me. Search. There are 575 homes on the market right now, active. See, active. The Villages. And nothing else. So, we also want to see, well, what went pending in the last month. Well, no, let's say the last week first. So we'll do that. 48 matches actually went pending last week. Seems like a month's worth of selling, 48. Let's go ahead and see the last 30 days. 155 homes went under contract or with a pending contract. And so when we do that, let's go ahead and ask ourselves, well, what about the month before? So, see, this always messes me up. Definitely not 34 matches. Definitely not. Here's what we do, I guess. 0 to 60. It's 185. Wow. So within the last 30 days, oops. 155 homes, man, rocking and rolling in the last 30 days for sure. 48 homes in the last 7 days. I'm gonna have to figure that previous month. Actually, let's go here. Let me just do this. I can go to my calendar. And today is what, the 11th? We are going to go to July 11th to August 11th, right? And we're going to say okay. So 157 homes sold in the previous, no, I'm sorry, that is the 30 days. I don't know how we picked up a couple more in there than what it was showing, but let's go back from, we'll clear that, and we'll say in the month before that. So that would be July 11th to June 11th. Okay. Only 30 homes. That just, I don't know. That to me is pretty odd that 155 homes would sell within 30 days, and then I go 30 days. Aren't we tracking this?
I think I wrote it down last time, at least. Let me grab my notebook.
But that's only week by week. Well, actually it'd be 2 weeks.
Yeah, the previous.
But we need to be tracking this, because this doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way only 30 homes sold in 30 days. Not when the last 30 days was 155. Let's see, let's clear that. Let's do this. So last week was the 4th, and if we went to July 4th, 4th of July, 129 matches in that 30-day period. And then if we go from, what is it? It would be a Monday, so it would be the 28th to, that's July, 28th to June 28th, 97. And we're only going by week, right? Week by week now. So the 21st to the 21st, 64. Man, so that was a smoking month. Actually, I had a smoking month myself, if I must say so myself, in the past 30 days. So this is a great time of the year to be selling real estate, because a lot of people are closing on their homes now up north that they had sold in June and July after all the schools got out. And I would say that's one of the reasons why you see the way these sales have gone. What you got, Christian?
It was 138 pending for the month. We did it on 7/28.
138. But if I say I went from April 21st to May 21st, 2 matches. See, we know that's not right. There's something going on here that I'm just not 100% sure. No way we only sold 2 homes in 1 month. So something's not going on. I'm going to have to figure it out. I'm going to need you to call the MLS and find out what's going on with this and how come we're not getting accurate readings. But anyways, we do know now that clear, active, city, the villages. It'd be better for me to go here. What else do we do here when we're looking at what the market looks like. So, sold. Love to see the sold properties. Let's see, 7. So there's 35 matches that closed in the last week. So all 35 is more than what the month was showing for the previous month. So there's something going on there. We're going to have to figure it out. Christian, that's your job tomorrow.
Yep.
Is to figure that out. Anyways, we can, where's my, oh. So out of these 35 that sold, what did sell? So these are the homes that sold. Some of them are villas. Some of them are manufactured homes. A couple of them are, by the way. I like this part. This is the cool part. Cumulative days on the market and actual days on the market. So these are how long homes have been on the market. And this shows you cash to conventional loans. And again, I just want to remind everybody that these conventional loans are typically people who put down over 50% for a mortgage on a home.
Becky was asking, what's the average days on market?
Becky, I can't. Here, let's do this. So out of 25, we're going to bump it up to 50. So out of 50, Becky, if you can figure out what's the average time on the market is, because this goes all the way to how many? 30, 35? 35 homes. It's almost impossible to get an average day on the market. But I am going to kind of just jump out there, and I would say after looking at 74, 79, 74, 19, 6, 23, it looks to me like I would guess to say average is 60 to 75 days. That would be what I would suggest is your average days on the market, because it's so all over the place. Used to be very consistent. It's not as consistent now as it used to be. So let's see. All right, so that is our weekly look at days on the market. Look a lot more conventional when you get to the more expensive homes. And those are more expensive homes. What are they? What are we looking at? Over here. 850, 750, 650. So once you get over the 500, you see a lot of people. Now, cool thing is listing price. This is a very good indicator. I really want y'all to in particular, pay attention to this. What is the selling price compared to the listing price, and where are we in there as far as what's the percentage? And a lot of times I say kick out the high, kick out the low, and what do you have left? Well, you have 97, 96, 98, 97, 95, 97, 94. So as you go down, I'm going to tell you probably 97 to 98% of the asking price. So for instance, if you're looking at a 500, if you're looking at I'd say average price homes is 450, right? Here in the villages. So if you're looking at one that's 0.97, that's $436,500 for a $450,000 home. So it's $14,000 underneath.
I was able to find statistics on July for average day on market from the MLS, as well as like average price for Florida.
The Villages?
This is just Central Florida.
Villages is a unique and, if we could have got the Villages, the Villages is just a very unique market.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your average market that you want to kind of just pull an average off the MLS. But what does it say the average is for just like a regular home?
69 days.
69 days.
Mm-hmm. Is the average days on market.
And what did I say?
You said between 60 and 75. So it might not be the Villages, but it's still pretty accurate.
There you go. So, and what's the average price?
The 444.
444. I said 450. So there you go. That's good to know. And no, we didn't collaborate together before this live stream. But yeah, these are really good statistics I love to play with. The selling price, the listing price, and then average days on the market. If you ever want to know, well, what is kind of the average listing price per square foot? This gives you a little bit of an idea of that as well. Listing price per square foot, selling price per square foot. So if you're into really the numbers, play the numbers game, it looks like 245, 250, yeah, see there's a lot of them. I'd say maybe 240 if you look at all the numbers. Might be an average selling price per square foot here in the Villages. All right, how does that look to you guys? I'm gonna go to, let's see, where is District 5? Well, I think we showed you where District 5 was.
Next question I think is from Tim. Concrete versus stick built, pros and cons. The next question was Tim. He had concrete versus stick built, pros versus cons.
Pros, they cost less. They have about the same insulation value. They're built to the same hurricane standards as according to the building code. So, cons, well, let's say that's pro stick build. How about pro concrete? Aesthetics are one. Now, in 2004, I believe it was, we had a tornado come through the Villages. And there were some roofs ripped off of the block homes. The stick homes were pretty much devastated. So even though they're built to the same hurricane standards, tornado standards are different. So that tornado that came through here was devastating. But I've lived in Florida almost 70 years. And never have I seen a tornado that devastating. So hurricanes, if you look at them, they're probably gigantic tornadoes because they're spinning. And just like a tornado, if you kind of just look from above and look down at a tornado, it's going to have an eye or a hole or whatever you want to call it in the middle of that tornado. So to me, hurricanes are giant tornadoes that, I mean, yeah, a hurricane is a giant tornado that just comes through and wipes out. But the wind speeds are not that of a tornado. So tornadoes are smaller, more compact, can do more damage. But I would not buy a home based on whether or not it could withstand a tornado, because honestly, like I said, that tornado ripped off roofs when it was a block home, and it was equally, I mean, almost as devastating to that block home, because once the roof's gone, water pours in and the whole home is worthless. Whereas a stick-built home, there was a lot of damage to the exterior. So that's kind of what I would say to that. But most people like the block homes. They love the stucco. It's more of a Florida-looking home, is what I'm told and what I hear all the time. I've always had a block home because I'm from South Florida, and to me, I mean, when you've lived in Florida all your life, that's what you're used to, and so that's what I'll always have, is what I'm used to, I guess. But if you're very conscious about your money and you want a certain home and you want to get the best bang for your buck, well, then I would say you probably need to be looking for a stick-built home, because on the average, I'm going to say they're $25,000 to $35,000 between the exact same home, okay? So, which obviously the block you're going to pay more. So that's the whole thought pattern behind that. Like I said, insulation value seems to be the same.
Just to make it easier for you to read the comments, I just read on that cam.
I don't like that camera.
Okay, I'll put it back.
Yeah. So, good question for the insurance person, yeah.
Barbara asks, Ira, do you believe that the whole housing market is crashing in Florida?
You know, Barbara, here's the deal. Absolutely not. And I can't be any more emphatic about that. I have seen these realtors up in South Carolina, Georgia. Well, those are the ones I've seen. Saying, beware, stay away from Florida. They got hurricanes. The housing market's crashing in Florida. Everybody wants to move to Florida. So how is the housing market going to be crashing in Florida when everybody wants to move here? You have the beaches, you have the weather, you have a great government, you have no state income tax. Housing prices are decent compared to other places around the country. So I mean,
They just removed sales tax from a few essentials.
for schools.
Well, no, for like prepping and stuff.
Hurricane?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's temporary. That's temporary stuff. Anyways, so no, Barbara, no, don't listen to the hype. You know what I'll say about that? Fake news. Have you ever heard that term before? Fake news. So maybe some people in Florida want to say, yeah, just so people stop moving here, but that's not that's not anywhere near the truth. Okay, so yeah, I mean, and I just have to say, I've seen these real estate guys on YouTube talking about that, and it just gets under my skin because, they want to sit there and tell lies like that just so you can have people call you and sell you a home so they can, I mean, I would not buy a home from a guy, if you really think about it, who's going to go out there, give you this fake information, tell you about, Florida's housing market is crashing. Absolutely not. And I can't tell you, I mean, if you want me to, I'll go around and take videos of all the Pulte homes, of all the Lennar homes, of all the D.R. Horton homes, Toll Brothers. I mean, I could just keep naming all these massive developers that continue to build community after community after community. Do you really think that these giant developers are going to keep building homes in a market that's crashing? Not a chance. They're way ahead of all of us in knowing what the market's doing. And not only that, once those interest rates start coming down next year, or maybe even later on in the year here, because, well, I don't even want to get into politics because we can really go round and round and round about that. What I do know is the Fed chairman is out of here at the beginning of the year, of next year. And when they call that guy too late, Powell, too late is what I would say, because that guy should have reduced rates a long time ago. And I'm personally upset about it because that's my livelihood. And when people are holding off from buying a home because they're waiting for the rates to come down, and so that affects my livelihood, yeah, I'm going to be upset about it. And I'm going to, speak about it. And that's kind of from a personal viewpoint, is should have been done a long time ago. All right, so I'll get off my high horse about that one. Let's see, Gary's saying I still have time to decide. Well, Gary, I mean, it was 5 years ago. I mean, it was 5 years, then 4 years. Now I think it's 3 years. So, time is flying by, my man. Let's see, it's border, yes. Good question, insurance. Oh, that's a great question, Becky. Is insuring a concrete cheaper than stick? Yes, it is. And that's a great question. Man, I'm going to ask her. So, wood frame. Versus block / concrete, because we know that's what the villages, developers building their homes out of, are concrete now, which I'm not a fan of.
Do we have on there about if there's an insurance difference between the metal roofs and the other types of roofs for District 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Sure do. Let's see. Any new for sale by owner sales? Hey, do we have any new?
We were gonna have one, but that got taken off the market. Vincent's trying to book some now. He might have already scheduled something today, I'm not sure.
So I have to apologize. It's my fault because I've told everybody, like I started this show. Man, I've been working on my taxes for a week. And I have only one more day because on Wednesday I got to get those over to my accountant because by September they have to be filed. So I've been doing nothing in my spare time, so I apologize if you really haven't seen many videos come out, because this is all important. And I didn't know a thing about QuickBooks when I first started. And I've had QuickBooks since 2023. So talk about procrastination. But I'm almost a QuickBooks master now. So I'm just getting around that QuickBooks program pretty good. Let's see, days on market, we talked your software.
Brian asked, do you know if FEMA has redone the maps in Shady Brook for flood insurance?
So, here's the deal. Has anybody ever heard of mitigating wetlands? Or, in other words, wetlands mitigation. So I'm going to give you a little, give you a little lesson here about So you might ask yourself, how can the villages build in an area where they have all that wetlands? Wetland mitigation is the process of compensating for the loss or degradation of wetland habitats due to development or other human activities. This typically involves creating, restoring, enhancing, or preserving wetlands to offset the negative impacts of these ecosystems. Wetland mitigation is a process designed to compensate for the loss of wetland areas due to the development of or other activities. So what they basically do is they'll buy some land somewhere else, out in the forest or wherever, out in the boonies somewhere where it's real cheap, and they'll trade it. They'll trade that land that is not in a wetlands for this land that is in a wetlands, okay? And then they go ahead and develop those wetlands, and they now have that other land, even though it's totally different as far as the composition and makeup of what wetlands are home to. You know, like wood ducks and turtles and water birds and alligators and all that other good stuff. I don't know how that works, but I'm just saying this is how it does work. And it says it's a process designed to compensate for the loss of wetland areas due to development. It aims to ensure that any negative impacts on wetlands are offset by restoring, creating and preserving other wetland areas. So maybe I might be wrong. Maybe. Now this makes sense. If they were to go ahead and buy some other wetlands somewhere else, right? And then say, because the Army Corps of Engineers is in charge of wetlands. So they might say, here, Army Corps of Engineers, here are these wetlands, so I can go ahead and develop these wetlands. But I don't know, that doesn't really make a lot of sense either, because even though it's the same type of property and it's probably a whole lot cheaper to buy than a regular piece of land, you're not preserving the same amount of wetlands because you're taking away some wetlands. I don't know. We'd have to go ahead. Involves restoring wetlands at a different location, typically within the same drainage basin. So there you go. There's our answer. So off-site and on-site. On-site mitigation, restoration, or enhancement of wetlands at the same site where impacts So they're saying that they're going to put aside so much wetlands. Mitigation banks generate credits that developers can purchase to offset their impacts. Each credit represents a specific ecological value. So that's why they can develop over to the south of us where all of these, and if you look, you know, I always kind of go over and I check out, let's go ahead and, let's see, let me look at close date. Let me see all right, so here's, this one on Trundle. So what we're going to do is we're going to view the map and we can take a look at, really, you can see what? I messed up. That's over by, all right, so here's the turnpike. Here's the new area. See all this? This is all wetlands, okay? You can see all the dark spots, all the wet spots. Now, if we see the villages starting to develop in here, you know, these are all wetlands, guys. This is what it looks like. And the same down here. We zoom in, we can see all these low-lying water features. And you can even see the different colors, right? So, but this is the way the villages are headed. They're headed this way. And, but if you take a look at it, this part looks, you know, fairly developable. But then you get into a different colored area down here, and then, you know, you can kind of see that. Look at all this. These are all wetlands in here. So that's what we're looking at, and then definitely over here, that's Lake Harris, Lake Denham, and over here is the Lake Panasoffkee River Basin. And that's why you won't see the villages going much in that area, because these are all wetlands. Look at all that. So, all right. That is your little lesson for today, to see where the villages are, see where they're headed. So this is where they are and where they're headed.
Ira, can you elaborate as to why you're not a fan of concrete homes from Hammond, Georgia?
Why I'm not a fan of concrete homes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the concrete. Well, because of how they're poured and put together, like a jigsaw puzzle, right? So block homes, if you've ever seen a block home, you know, block homes kind of interlace with each other. So if I was to do a little drawing, a crude drawing, I guess, so this is kind of, if you look at this, you see how block kind of interlaces with each other? Now, if you have concrete panels that you just put together, you know, this is what you have. And so I don't feel like that's as good as what this is. That's all I'm saying. For what it's worth. I mean, and I don't really even, honestly, I mean, they're probably attached you know, like with something like these. And I'd have to really study up a little bit more to give you more of a technical issue. And hey, maybe I'm old school, right? And maybe it is just as good as block. But what happens is you have a 16 by 8 by 8 block, right? So this is 16 long, 8 inches high, 8 inches thick, and then every so often they'll go ahead and pour concrete down here, and then it's really locked in when you have solid concrete poured down the block. So this is, I think this is a 5-inch concrete panel, maybe even a 4-inch. I'm not 100% sure. I'll study up on it and I'll give you a little bit more information next week if you'd like me to, just to kind of give you, I might change my mind, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I like the way things are kind of interlocked together like that, rather than just put together like that. That's why I'm not a big fan. And not only that, I just listed a home that's concrete block in DeLuna, the village of DeLuna. Did we get all the pictures put on there? Mm-hmm. So while I'm at it, let me indulge you and myself as to and I'll give you another good reason why. So here my listing. Oh well, come on, hello. So one of my newest listings I would like for you to all to look at, which is a deal and a half. All right. Only 14 pictures, Christian? Are there any more?
No, the outside ones are the same too.
I got to do drones. You see how this has a bay window right here? You can't do that with concrete panels, right? You can't build these nice little bay windows. And I don't know if I have a good shot of... this is the inside of the home. This is the dining room, living room, lanai. Looking back, quartz countertops. Beautiful home. I believe it was built in 22. His and her closets. Private commode area, walk-in shower over here. Oh, Christian, you got to take this off of here, man.
Oh, okay.
This is one guest bedroom. See, here's the bay window in there, okay? So it gives you a lot more room if you could do bay windows rather than just straight across.
What county is DeLuna in?
Sumter. It's off of Marsh Bend and 301. Huge lanai. Nice privacy in the rear. So $499. It's a 2022. Listed 3 days ago, 1,949 square feet living area. So it's called a begonia, okay? And I'll show you, it's located right over here, okay?
Barbara asks, is Lake with the highest taxes?
Lake?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It is. All right, so there you go. There's the villages, and now they do have, let me just tell you, we do have, where are we? Water Lily Rec Center is right by the bridge that goes across So here's water lily. So if you take your golf cart from over here, come on down, go over the bridge, go up Megason, and boom, by golf cart, you are at Brownwood. Okay? So, beautiful home, you do not want to miss out on that. It priced very well. Okay? Now, where were we? Oh yeah, so block versus concrete. That's why I like a little better aesthetics.
Are the concrete panels reinforced, Gary asks?
Yes, they do have wire. So they do have a wire mesh, kind of like what they put inside of a driveway. They put a wire mesh in a form. And so, yeah, that concrete just would not, it'd crack all over the place if it didn't have that wire mesh reinforcement.
Someone named Gilderka asks, not sure how you would repair a poured concrete home, say if the concrete cracked?
Well, really the same way. I'm going to tell you, some block and stucco homes, you'll see some settlement cracks in them as well. And so that's a great, that actually is a great observation. So let's see, lake with the height, yeah, something. Let me see, I like the older block. It's Pete, it's all about the almighty dollar. They're trying to appeal to as many people as possible. Not sure how you repair a poured concrete. Let's say if the concrete cracked. You would just fill it in with a crack. Sherwin-Williams has a great crack filler. Now, if it got real thick, then you probably have to use something else. But Barbara says she likes a nice brick home. So there you go. Okay, so Pam in Georgia. It's FEMA that's responsible for redrawing the flood maps. I'm pretty sure the developers can request FEMA to come in and redraw them. No. You're not, like I just showed you, you're not going to redraw with that, all that wetlands that they're coming into.
Pam just submitted another question. Do you know what year they switched from block to poured walls?
I believe they've kind of just, like, I'm going to tell you, like the Alamanda, they used back in 2014, 15, I believe. So even back that far, and they just started doing more and more and more and more. But they started with the Alamanda, with the poured concrete panels, and they were experimenting with that for a few years. And then, like I said, it's just all about economics. So, again, I don't really know, I don't think I know enough about those poured concrete panels to know what the failure rate is, what the cracking does, if at all. So I'm gonna have to look into that and do a little more research for you. All right, so Peter says, I saw the video you made mowing the yard on Willow Grove Way. How much would a landscaper charge to mow and trim bushes every month? Do you have a ballpark price? So I went to a lady across the street, and I said, hey, I don't want to be mowing this lawn every month. Do you have a guy, and I think you might have seen it in one of those videos that I talked about, and she pays $200 a month for a guy to come in, but this guy mows, he weeds, he trims the bushes. I mean, that home across the street is immaculate. There's not a weed in the landscape bed. Like I said, he trims those bushes every time. Well, I don't know about every time because they cut it once a week. But for $200 a month, he does it all. And I tried to get him to come over to my place, and so far no phone call. So that's a mess. But I do have somebody who's doing the lawn now, so you're not going to see any more of those videos on that home anyways. All right, let's see. Tim, you opened up a Pandora's box. Yeah, since, so I saw the videos you made. For insurance purposes, they can't amend them. They can actually, well, look at Becky. I think she's an insurance person herself, right, Beck? Aren't you an insurance agent? So you have to understand, so you have to, Becky, so flood zone is one thing. Wetlands is another. I'm talking wetlands. Becky's talking flood zone. So we're not talking apples and apples, we're talking apples and oranges. Because I'm talking about the whole process you have to go through to mitigate wetlands. So that's why we need to clarify wetlands versus flood zone. And she's saying for insurance purposes, they can amend them. They can actually change the zone because the improvements the developer makes with the raw land, holding ponds, flood mitigation, etc. So there you go. So I guess it just remains to be seen, Becky. All right. 8 o'clock, folks. Christian's on overtime, and I can't afford to pay Christian overtime. So, it's either that or he's going to want to come in late tomorrow. And he's going to want to sleep in.
You just don't want to add the overtime to QuickBooks and have to figure all that out.
Yeah, my brain's already burnt with the QuickBooks. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Let me see where I'm at here.
I see 42 people still with us.
Yeah, there you go. That's cool. What's total?
That I have it on my computer, so we'll have to.
Are you sure you'll be able to capture that?
Yeah, I started it before we went in here. So.
Okay. All right, you guys. Awesome evening. Jace Gallagher, my man. Y'all go check out Jace's website. Jay Paris. What was it?
I think it's just jacegallagher.net. I can't even see all the live now. Dang.
We had him in the. We had it in our chat there somewhere. But I really want to thank you, Jace, for joining tonight. Next week, like I said,
Stacia Falls.
Stacia Falls?
Yes, like a waterfall.
Stacia Falls is our in-house insurance agent. Becky, you don't have to show up tomorrow. I mean, next week. No, I'm just kidding. Come with your questions, Becky.
We'll have her fact check it.
So things might be different here in Florida. Who knows, right? With all the hurricanes and all that good stuff. So, I think, Becky, aren't you in Montana or somewhere up in that great area? So it's probably a lot of federal stuff you're talking, but maybe there are some different things here in Florida. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I'll make up, hopefully I made up for it this week and next week. And then we're going to see if we can get Mr. Claus Petrie to come on and join us on our show so he can give you his take on the neighborhood he moved into. It's a 1998 neighborhood. And you're going to really want to hear, he's got some good stories.
That's as old as me.
98. You're an old man. So I'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much. And bring your questions next week, like I said. And if there's nothing else anybody has, if you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification icon so you can be notified each and every time we make a new video, live stream, or whatever. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for joining me this evening. And it's been fun. Great questions. Please keep bringing the questions. I love them. I'll study up on those concrete panel construction for you. And then maybe I'll have a little bit better information and tell you what I think, okay? So, talk to you later. See you next week. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Have an awesome weekend. And then we'll see you right back here again on Monday, August 18th.